So we're going to bring you some breaking news now, and two people have been killed in Thailand as fighting reignites along the border that it shares with Cambodia. Clashes broke out on Thursday in an area near the Prasat Thamuan Thom Temple that's located in Cambodia's northwestern Oda Minanchi province. Yes, both the Thai and Cambodian militaries accuse each other of opening fire first. Thai forces report at least 2 of their soldiers have been wounded. Civilians in nearby areas have been taking shelter. Let's bring in Tony Cheng, who joins us on the phone line from Koh Lanta in southern Thailand. So, Tony, nationalist passions have been running high for some time. How is this playing out in Thailand?
They really are, and they've been simmering for several months now. I think there is a lot of frustration here in Thailand, a lot of anger. Their anger is focused at Hun Sen, the former Prime Minister of Cambodia, who's been playing a very active role on social media, but also against their own Prime Minister, or former Prime Minister, I should say, who has been removed temporarily from her position for a conversation she had on the phone with Hun Sen, in which she said that she was trying to resolve the situation, but she was at odds with her own military. She was taking a very placatory approach to Hun Sen, a man who is, I think many people see as an arch political manipulator and mover. But all of that time, we've seen pressure building up in the border areas. This is a border area which has been disputed for decades, but in May, there was a clash between the two militaries. A Cambodian soldier was killed. In the last couple of weeks, we've seen landmines. Again, a slightly confusing story. Initially, the Thai government said that the landmines were old mines that had been planted some time ago, that a Thai soldier had lost his leg. Then the military came out with a contradictory report saying the Cambodians had planted this recently. So all of that has been simmering in the background. What we've seen today, however, is those clashes break out into the open. The Thai military said about 30 minutes ago that there have been 6 clashes in those border areas. The most explosive one seems to be the one you mentioned, and a Grad rocket attack which killed 2 civilians in Surin province and injured 2 others. So I think this, is something that many people have been expecting for some time. Now the tensions seem to have broken out into the open.
And Tony, why is this border area so contested? Why is there so much disagreement?
Well, unfortunately, this dates back to the colonial era when the French colonial power drew up the lines that divided Cambodia and Thailand. As with many places, this was a part of the world where people moved freely between the borders. Borders was a solid border was a relatively sort of unknown concept. The French drew up the border lines, which were then disputed by Thailand. We've seen clashes over the years. The last really big one was near the Pravihan Temple in 2008. At that time, there was artillery exchanged across the border. The International Court of Justice has actually ruled in Cambodia's favor, saying that their interpretation of the border is correct, but Thailand has always refused to accept that decision, leaving this a sort of open sore for some time. I think the other thing, though, to understand is that there are political complications both within Thailand and in Cambodia. Former Prime Minister Hun Sen stepped down a couple of years ago. He's put his son in place as Prime Minister. He's trying to solidify his position and that of the Hun family. In Thailand, we have a situation where Paetongtarn Shinawatra, who was the Prime Minister until relatively recently, with her father, Thaksin Shinawatra, has been at odds with the military. So there's this rather strange situation where all these machinations are coming together at the moment, with a very live issue on the border, and they seem to be exploding right at the moment.
All right, Tony, keep a close eye on how things develop there. For the time being, thanks very much. Tony Cheng reporting.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.